Everton in years here at Ayresome Park, around the 28,000 capacity, generating record receipts for the club of £120,000. A cold night, but the promise of genuine cup tie action to warm us all up here. And nobody in hotter form right now than Everton's Graham Sharp. A hat-trick that saw off Sheffield Wednesday in the last round, a goal in the first tie against Middlesbrough on Saturday, 8 in his last 6 games. So another severe test for Gary Pallister, Middlesbrough's highly acclaimed 22-year-old central defender. And if Pallister and company do their work at one end, then Middlesbrough fans will be hoping that Paul Kerr will find another vital cup tie goal at the other. He scored the winner here against Sutton United in the 3rd round, the equaliser at Goodison Park on Saturday. Well, Kerr takes his place in an unchanged Middlesbrough side. There had been a doubt about striker Gary Hamilton, but he's been past fit. It's a young side, but they haven't lost here in Middlesbrough since last September. Everton also unchanged. Peter Reid needed a couple of stitches and a wound over his eye. It takes more than that, of course, to keep him out. And fullback Gary Stevens has recovered from a nasty bang on the back of the head. It really has been a busy time for Everton. Not that that's going to worry Peter Reid.
I think over the years we've had a lot of big cup ties, so I think luckily for us we're experienced in that department, and getting through I think it was 4 games with Sheffield Wednesday, I think you can get through anything.
Our referee tonight is Karen Barrett of Coventry, his first visit to Ayresome Park. So Middlesbrough and Everton do battle again, with a glittering prize in prospect for the winners. Match in the next round against Liverpool. Everton in an all-blue strip, attacking the goal to our left. There's Neville Southall. It'll be a night for strong nerves, that's for sure. Mowbray with the header for Middlesbrough. And Dean Glover in the midfield. And Mowbray racing on, and he brings down Snowden, and that's a free kick to Everton in a dangerous position from Middlesbrough's point of view. And Mowbray caught for pace there, the Middlesbrough skipper, as Snowden made one of those characteristic bursts of his from the midfield. Well, let's see what this can produce with Neil Poynton, number 3, behind it. Peter Reid and Trevor Stephen close at hand. Sharp also getting involved in that conversation. So a dramatic opening here at Ayresome Park, and the wall will need to be well built. It's Poynton with the shot, it ricochets off the wall, and a red tide comes surging out from that penalty area to bring relief for the 2nd Division side. Middlesbrough 3rd in the 2nd Division, Everton 4th in the 1st. And the goal kick. Won by Watson. Stevens. And Southall, yes. A corner needlessly given away there with a bit of clumsy play by Everton. Now, will they be made to pay for that? Contested 6-yard area, waiting for Hamilton to take this short one. Hamilton putting it in again. And the header, and did it go over the line? Middlesbrough are claiming that that towering header went over the line from Mowbray, but it wasn't given. Oh, and a great save by Southall from Laws. A tremendous piece of goalkeeping. And Laws can only hold his head, knowing how close he was to a brilliant opening goal for Middlesbrough. A superlative piece of goalkeeping, though, by Neville Southall. It's Pallister who's injured. This is the first incident coming in. Pallister coming in there. He didn't get the header. It was Mowbray's header that they claimed was over the line, but I think the referee was right. It didn't quite cross the line, the whole of the ball. It's a fantastic shot there by Brian Laws, which was pushed away in the most brilliant style by Neville Southall. Brandon Howe. Sharp. Stevens to Trevor Stephen, a bit of space out there. Cooper getting some assistance from Hamilton. Mowbray getting it away. What have I now gone? Challenge that is left. Reed on the ground. In the meantime, it's Poynton. Good cross coming in, and Mowbray putting it behind for an Everton corner. And Reed still troubled from that challenge. So he's hobbling towards the Middlesbrough penalty area as Trevor Stephen now takes this corner for Everton towards the near post. The referee unhappy about something. The linesman on the centre flag is calling him for something. And I think it's something has been said by the Everton bench to the left of the picture there. And they're looking as innocent as they possibly can, but the referee Barrett is having a word with Terry Darracott, one of the Everton coaches and a former player, and it looks as though he's going to be booked. Maybe yes, he's been sent away from the bench. Well, that's obviously on something that he said in the heat of the moment, possibly to do with that challenge on Peter Reid, who you can see is having a word with the referee there. Reid thought it was a bad challenge. The Everton bench thought it was a bad challenge. The linesman was offended by what was said, and Terry Darracott has been ordered away from the bench. And the game goes on. Alan Harper for Everton. Crossed in by him. There was a trip by Sharp. And a free kick, which is already taken. This time it's an Everton throw. Stevens playing it in towards Graham Sharp. A brilliant save by Pears. Well, the goalkeepers at both ends showing what they're made of. A cross that was inch perfect really for Graham Sharp from Gary Stevens, and he caught it superbly. But a splendid reflex save there from Stephen Pears. Good break from the midfield. It's a tough old challenge there by Dean Glover. Well, I fancy might have been the player who challenged Peter Reid, but it's a booking for Dean Glover. Snowden versus Laws. Is feeling for the book, and I fancy Ian Snowden's name will now go in for the challenge on Brian Laws. Everton's free kick. Right on the centre line. Brendan Howe with it. 9 minutes to go to half-time. 0-0. This fourth round replay. Sharp goes up, but is beaten in the air by Pallister. Mowbray's in there too. Snowden, then Sharp again. And behind the Middlesbrough goal, it's a goal kick. For him to open it up, flicked on by Heath. Sharp could make nothing of it. Behind him, Watson, in fact, it was who was up there. Now Watson needs to get back as he is, but the ball is through now for Brian Laws. A good break here. Peter Reid trying to hold him up for a moment, and it comes through to Ripley. Snowden coming to help a hand as well, and it goes behind for the Middlesbrough corner. 4 minutes to be in. Being level with the corner for Middlesbrough. Floated much deeper this time, and kicked off the line superbly by Snowden. Great header by Mowbray. And another corner coming up. Not such a good one that time. Gary Stevens able to get it away. But a really acrobatic piece of work on the line for Everton by Ian Snowden. As the half-time whistle goes, Southall brilliantly from Laws, and Pears turning over a header from Sharp in superb style. I suppose to some it's been a little too red-blooded for some tastes, but there's no denying that it is still a beautifully balanced cup tie. The half-time score then here at Ayresome Park. It's Middlesbrough 0, Everton 0. Well, Everton get the second half underway. Now attacking the goal to our right, and Middlesbrough have a substitution. They've got a young striker, in fact, Alan Kernigan, playing at the centre of the back. That's him just getting the ball back to Stephen Pearce in place of Gary Pallister. Now, Pallister took a knock early on in the game, you may remember, and whether he's still feeling the effects of that, I don't know, but Everton must be reflecting that this rumbustious cup tie is no way for them to prepare for the Littlewood semi against Arsenal on Sunday, with Arsenal sunning themselves in Mallorca. And resting up, Parkinson with the cross, and the header by Kerr pushed away. The flag stayed down, there was no offside. Once again, Southall comes to the rescue of Everton. Heath to Harper. So Alan Harper. Stephen operating for a fair part of this second half down the left-hand flank. And a goal kick. Played in there, Kerr with a diving header, and Southall pushing it away. Stevens. Over to Hamilton. Slaven running it through the middle. Still with Hamilton, a long-range shot. Watson coming up from the back, and Everton leaving just two at the back to mark the two Middlesbrough men who stayed up. Trevor Stephen looking for a yard, and then looking for Snowden. Once again it comes through to Peter Reid, and now to Ian Snowden. Harper's away on the right here. Reid again. Snowden. Harper's in a bit of space there. Now calls for a good cross. He's got it as well. And it's a good header there. And Dave Watson is up from the back to give Everton the lead. A good cross in by Harper. A great jump from Watson, who'd come up from the back beyond Stephen Pearce, and Everton go into the lead. Hamilton again clashing at that time as he jumps at Gary Stevens. Another free kick for Everton. still come through for Sharp. Played it in for Heath. And a save and a good one by Pearce, and maybe an important one. And maybe it's not over yet, as they make what is surely the last sortie, led here by Paul Kerr. No, he was taking on far too much, and Snowden can take it away for Everton. Stopped by Kernigan. Played wide here, there's some space for Slaven. Watson's behind it. Glover. Played wide for Ripley. They're not done yet at Middlesbrough. Laws trying to get Parkinson in. Needs a good cross. Knocked away though by Vanden Hauwe. And still Middlesbrough coming, looking for this dramatic late equaliser. Bernie Slaven again for them on this side. A good cross coming in. And Vanden Hauwe chesting it down with great coolness and getting it away. It's a corner for Middlesbrough in the last seconds of the game. Floated in, and it's gone in! And it's Mowbray! Right at the death! Middlesbrough have saved themselves with a flying header from their skipper, Tony Mowbray. Here comes the corner, and extra time beckons, and here comes Mowbray as well. 1-1. What a sight for Middlesbrough fans. And Everton denied in the dying seconds, in time added on, in the most dramatic way possible. Played nearly 2 minutes of injury time when Mowbray knocked that one in. What a finish. Stevens putting it in, and that's the whistle at the end of 90 minutes. But it looked that Everton could just soak up that last bit of punishment right at the end. But Tony Mowbray, 24-year-old skipper of Middlesbrough, thought otherwise. So extra time is underway. Middlesbrough take it up, attacking the goal to the left. 1-1 the score. And which way will the pendulum swing now? Will that great psychological boost right at the end make it swing decisively Middlesbrough's way? Could well be. It's a free kick to Everton. Certainly going to need all their experience of the big time now to withstand the ferocious attempts that are going to come their way from Middlesbrough. Vanden Hauwe with the free kick. Sharp with the header. Hamilton dragging it away from Middlesbrough. Slaven likewise. Hamilton's gone through the middle. He's gone all the way. No. Southall just got enough touch on it to prevent that one also going to the back of the net. And a great start to extra time then for Middlesbrough. In goes Parkinson, picking up the pace. Ripley on the far side. Hamilton pulling away. Glover in support. Here's Glover. Played in again. Oh! Tipped away miraculously there by Southall from Ripley's flying header. Another absolute world-class save by Neville Southall. The space that the Middlesbrough player was given, and a share of the luck also going Everton's way with that ball bouncing on the crossbar and over. So another corner. Again Mowbray's there. That time Watson made sure the header didn't come in. Still Everton are back on their heels as Middlesbrough come in once more. And that time Kernigan almost got in there. side so exhausted that really you wouldn't bet about against further goals coming in the second period of extra time. And there's the end of the first period. And what a dramatic turnaround in this cup tie, with Middlesbrough now going into the final period of extra time leading by 2 goals to 1, thanks to Alan Kernigan. There's a nasty challenge there by Poynton. It was a bad one. And that's another yellow card. And the challenge on Ripley. That's real X-certificate stuff. Bad news there. Yellow card. No argument. Again, Middlesbrough get it away. Slaven battling with Poynton. Free kick given to Everton. A foul by Bernie Slaven. So they'll hoist another one now into that Middlesbrough penalty area. Dave Watson now pushed forward full time. Heath, a shot through the crowd of players, wide of the goal, goal kick. Promising position there for Adrian Heath. Always sliding away. Middlesbrough fans already beginning, hopefully, to whistle to attract the referee's attention, but there's still about 3.5 minutes of extra time remaining. The seconds are flying by from Everton's point of view now. Reed, Kernigan, Landon Howe, Stevens. Sharp. It was only a half chance, but Everton really must be looking at those now. Inside the last 3 minutes. To Everton. Gary Stevens with it. Watson. Trevor Steven! Brilliant save by Pears. For a moment there was a glimmer of hope for Everton when Trevor Steven caught that so sweetly. The goalkeeper is down by his post to gather it well. And Middlesbrough on the edge of one of the greatest nights in their history. Certainly the greatest in their modern history. And what a splendid prize awaiting them. Liverpool in the next round. Mind you, we were saying that sort of thing as the 90-minute mark was reached and Tony Mowbray changed it all. Can Everton do it again? Not with that sort of header from Sharp. And Middlesbrough now are almost there. We're playing time added on. Stephen. Sharp's touch inside. Not firm enough. Kerr. Offside flag up against Bernie Slaven. Southall just wants to get on with it quickly. Landon Howe also. Just a matter of seconds left now between this and such jubilation at Ayresome Park. Heath going in there. Trevor Steven going in there! And Everton, I don't believe it, have saved themselves with the very last seconds of extra time. The header by Trevor Steven. I don't believe it. At the end of 90 minutes, 2-2. A game that I think everybody here is going to remember for a long, long time to come. Final score then, Middlesbrough 2, Everton 2, and it all happens again next week at Goodison Park.
What? To something you'd say it was far-fetched. I mean, them last minute and then those last minute extra time. It's they're quite interesting, aren't they? To say the least.
What was your feeling as you came towards 90 minutes? Did you think, well, were you already beginning to think about Liverpool and the next round?
Yeah, I thought we won it. I mean, I should know better, you know, play until the final whistle goes, but I thought we won it. I was a bit worried when they got the corner because they are dangerous from dead ball situation, and all credit to them, stuck it away.
And then they scored early in extra time.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a scramble, Alan Kernigan.
I think it was similar to, I think another corner and it come out and the boy got it on the right and knocked it back in again, scrambled and he stuck it away. They're very dangerous. They got the big boy Mowbray and a couple more who were dangerous off dead ball situations. We paid the penalty today.
I think, to be honest, I think we felt we had our day. I think it was one of those situations, throw everything forward. We were just punching everything forward from the halfway line in the end. I can't actually remember how it all happened, but I know Adrian Heath, I saw Adrian was going to knock it back over the top with his head, and I thought just run after it, and it came down to me, and I got up and I think I got my head to it. But,
no, that's the point, because I said I had a feeling that there might have been a defender's head in there as well somewhere.
I got a touch to it. I think possibly it might have went in off his head, but I think I'm definitely going to claim the goal.
Indeed. So now it's next Tuesday. Now what about that?
Well, it's back to Goodison, isn't it? The saga continues. I think we've played about, I don't know, what, 6 or 7 games in the FA Cup already. Should have won it by now. So we'll just take it as it comes, and this time we'll hopefully do the job there.
Bruce, it must be hard for you to know just where to pitch your emotions after a game like that, whether one of great relief that you saved it and then one of great disappointment that you didn't win it.
Well, I think at the end of the game, really, it's one of an emotional factor of disappointment of losing the game. I mean, it was the last kick of the match, as we saw, and the disappointment of that, the tremendous amount of effort that had taken place by both teams, and the fact we'd come from behind, managed to get ourselves in front, and enjoyed the evening, and looked at one stage that we might just make it, but obviously a great deal of disappointment getting so close.
Your skipper's goal, right, well, after 90 minutes, in fact, was such a crucial turning point, or so it seemed.
Well, you've seen him play this evening, and I made a statement last week, said if I was going to the moon, I'd want him sitting beside me. He's a magnificent man for such a young man, and his performance tonight is exceptional. And he's done that before for us. He did it last year in our promotion campaign in the 3rd division, and he's come along again this year and done it again this year, and he is an exceptional man.
The tackling was a bit ferocious from time to time there.
I thought it was a great cup tie. I mean, it was played in the right fashion, and full house witnessed 2 very, very competitive teams going out tonight to enjoy themselves as much as they could, but knowing that there was a Liverpool at the end of it. And you know, there's no doubt about it. Both sides gave their all, and from our point of view, what more could I ask? They've given everything.